I remember as a child feeling these fuzzy feelings during Christmas that over the years seem to have changed, shifted, and maybe even disappeared. So I just want to share a little bit about that nostalgia and feelings that Christmas brings. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Rosa. I'm a stay-at-home mom, bookbinder, and wife. Christian wife. I should have said that before all of that. And the reason I say that is because how can you talk about Christmas without talking about Christianity, without talking about Christ? So, this talk, feelings that I want to share about Christmas, I think definitely comes from a change in my life that happened a few years ago. And by a few, I mean 14 years. But before I dive deep into that, I want to just tell you that I am not big into decorating, but I did definitely want a wreath, or at least my husband was like, "Where's the Christmas wreath?" And I was like, yeah, I don't have one, but let's make one. And I was not gonna pay $50 because that's just not in my budget right now. So I was like, you know what do I have around that I can make one? And I had this wreath that I bought from the thrift store, and usually, for this one, I took it apart and I took off all the things that I had in the past, and then I just reuse it and repurpose it. But I had totally forgot that I had it because for some reason it ended up in the yard, and then I was looking all over for it, and it was like December 20th, maybe a little less, maybe the 15th. I don't know if I'm exaggerating, but I was like, is it too late to decorate for Christmas? Anyway, that's what I'm doing in the video. And these, let me tell you, is this called a holly? Please help me out in the comments if you know what this plant is called. But it's really spiky. The leaves really hurt, and you'll hear me say ouch a couple times. And maybe next time I would look for something that's not as pokey. TV. Do you like this plant? Or not so much? Huh? Not so much. Ow. 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 Ow, ow, ow. Alright, so let's get back to the main topic of this video, which is the Christmas feelings, nostalgia, sadness, happiness, just a mix of emotions that happen during the Christmas season, or as people call it nowadays, the holidays. And I guess I have to go back in time a little bit because I think this is personal to me, but I don't think I'm the only person that experiences these feelings. But I do think that they often come from our past experiences. And I have to say that for the past 2 years, I have been struggling with Christmas. I haven't enjoyed it. I haven't really felt those fuzzy, fun, exciting, happy feelings that I would feel as a child, or even as a teenager or young adult in my 18s. To tell you that last year, or was it last year? Yeah. The first year when I was married, I first, had Christmas on my own, I guess you could say. I thought that I was feeling these things because I was a newlywed and I missed my family, and I was still getting used to, I guess, living as a wife. And this year, the same thing happened, but a little bit less, because I decided to not go with my feelings, but just embrace my family, as whereas last year I just went with those feelings and I didn't really spend Christmas with my family. I just kind of stayed with my husband, and we were with his family, but I didn't even see my family. And it got to a point where they asked me what was wrong, and I said, you know what, I don't even know, because I didn't even know how to explain to them that I was struggling. And now, fast forward to this year, I was feeling like I said, the same kind of sadness, nostalgia, just not even wanting to celebrate Christmas. But I pushed through it, and I did spend Christmas with my family. I was more I guess intentional would be the word. But why am I telling you this? Well, because after finally, I guess, praying about it and talking to God about why am I feeling like this, and there's a lot of discussions with Christians among different denominations whether we should or should not celebrate Christmas. And I have gotten to a point in my faith, like I said earlier, I've been a Christian for like 10 years at this point, and I don't know why I said 14 years in the beginning, but 10 years. Anyways, I've gotten to a point in my faith where I'm past that discussion. And I mean, I would love to know where you stand on that. There are obviously things about the mainstream, I guess, way that people celebrate Christmas that I definitely do not do, because I have gotten to the point where I have decided, I'm not gonna fight about that. Everybody has convictions, and my convictions are these. And that's where I am. Okay, I'm going to be reading a passage for you that really helped me during this process, and I'm going to be reading from Romans 14 verse 5 onward. One person esteems one day as better than another, while another esteems all days alike. Each one should be fully convinced in his own mind. The one who observes the day observes it in honor of the Lord. The one who eats in honor of the Lord, since he gives thanks to God, while the one who abstains in honor of the Lord, and gives thanks to God. For none of us lives to himself, and none of us dies to himself. For as we live to the Lord, and if we die, we die to the Lord. So then, whether we live or whether we die, we are the Lord's. At the end of the day, I have realized that for me, it is not that debate. That is not the issue for feeling nostalgic or feeling sad during this season. I think it's more that I've realized that I can't celebrate Christ on one day. I can't just get all the fuzzies from that day and expect to be enough for the rest of the year. So I was listening to preaching the other night, and I was like, that's what the man was saying. He was saying, well, continue to preach about Christ, talk about Christ, and you will have Christmas every day of the year. And I think that's what it is. I can't say even more than that.